Eventually you need to let it out so you can heal. One of the reasons why I never wanted to boldly take the stand to be a voice, to take on the responsibility of healing other people, was because I never felt comfortable enough to tell my story. Every time I was in a situation where I've always felt like I'm doing too much. Like you're doing too much. Like, it's not necessary for you to even do that. I always had people around me that would be like, don't tell everybody your business. Everybody don't need to know. Like, don't do this. Don't do that. And me listening to that, it made me put up a shield, like a wall. So whenever I had the opportunity to speak out on what I went through, whenever I had the opportunity to be like motivation for others, I always got stuck. I always felt like I needed to put on this front. Like, people see me and they be like, you always happy, like, you always so positive, like, how you this, how you that, like, you always so happy. What people didn't realize was, even though I was putting on that front, like, I was putting on a mask of happiness, I was really hurting. Like, I was really going through some real shit, like some shit that would have broke many. Some shit that should have changed my entire personality. Like, I really went through some shit. But I was so used to putting on a front, because whenever I would put my guard down and open up, people would look at me like, you doing too much. Stop telling your business. Stop doing this, stop doing that. It's like when you tell a little boy, like, don't play with the babies, that's gay. Like, don't do this, don't do that. Whenever you telling somebody not to do something, every time they try to be themselves and you shutting it down, that makes them build a wall. Like, that makes a person feel like being their self is toxic, or being their self is not good enough. So then they start to change their self just to fit in with the certain crowd that put them down for being their self. So they keep changing themselves to fit in different circles and different environments and stuff. And then you end up losing yourself, and then you end up losing your confidence, and then you end up being somebody that you don't even want to be. So for me, like, I strongly believe that people should tell their story, because I'm telling you, like, I'm the type of person that when I go through shit, I run right to YouTube and look up motivational videos or whatever. Like, that's just what I would do, because I'm seeking people who experience what I experienced. Like, I'm seeking people that will understand me, because that's all we want. All we want is people that understand us and understand our situations. There's people in this world that go to bed every single night lost because they don't know who they are, because they're listening to too many opinions of other people. They're letting other people shape their reality to the point where they no longer know themselves. They don't even feel comfortable being themselves, because the world is so fucked up that when you are yourself, you get judged for being yourself. You get looked at funny for being yourself. Whenever you just want to show the world who you really are, people look at you like, nah, that's weird. So then you got to go back home, reevaluate yourself, and then you try to change to fit whatever image of you that people will accept. And that shit is sad. And a lot of people are really suffering from that. And they put on the front, they act happy, they act this way, but deep down inside, they really hate everything about themselves. Look, for example, right? I'm the type of person that I enjoy learning shit. Like, it's a real serious joy for me. If I could pick a book up and learn something new, like, if it excites me. And it's very rare that I will meet anybody else that's similar to me. I'm sure there's people out there that are like me, but I ain't meet them. So I could go on the internet and I could post a bunch of just shit, information, just teaching, because, again, that's what I love to do. And people would hate that shit. They would be so irritated. And then the old me, the weak Brittany, would readjust my whole entire outlook on life and adjust to what people want me to be. So I will dumb myself down, which I did in the past, just to fit in, so I don't have to feel like I'm not important. It's the same reason why a lot of women get surgery. Some of them get surgery for themselves, but a lot of them get fake butts and shit because majority of men care about ass and titties. And if you don't have that, you feel like if you're weak-minded, no disrespect, because majority of us are very weak-minded. That's why we change things about ourselves, because we can't face ourselves. Like, you just can't. If you are weak-minded, you'll go get surgery just to enhance yourself so that you don't have to feel like you're not good enough. So then when people see you, they will love you more because you changed something about yourself. This is why building confidence is so important as well, because if you can learn how to build confidence and you can start believing in yourself, you will no longer feel like you need to change who you are to fit in anywhere. It's either people going to accept the real you or they're going to leave you alone. But either way, you will be good. I just feel like once we start normalizing people being able to be themselves, people will stop feeling like they need to do so much to fit in. They can finally be themselves without being judged for being themselves. They can feel comfortable walking in a room full of people and not have to worry about they're going to judge them for the way they look.